everybody, it's Michelle, and I've got another gift in a jar that I wanted to show you guys today. We're going to be doing a chicken noodle soup mix, and this one is kind of a cheat. It's really the same recipe that I showed you guys last year in my leftover turkey noodle soup gift in a jar that we did for a hostess gift at Thanksgiving. And I really wanted to show you guys that you can use the same recipe from that leftover turkey noodle soup and just change the instructions to have the recipient add chicken rather than turkey, and you've got chicken noodle soup. And I wanted to make sure to redo this in a video for you guys because I think with the other one that I did before being labeled as turkey noodle soup and being labeled as Thanksgiving, that maybe a lot of people weren't finding it just for a regular noodle soup throughout the year. So this one, even though I'm going to be giving it for Christmas, I wanted to make sure that I'm going to present that and decorate it in a way that is totally non-holiday. And even though the recipe is the same, I'll put it on screen again for you guys. The recipe and the instructions will be on screen toward the end of the video. So be sure and stay till the end to see that. So the first thing we're going to do is make the spice mixture that's going to go into that to flavor it. And you guys, this is delicious. It makes a wonderful broth. And we're going to mix all of our spices together in this little bowl, and then we'll dump them in as one layer. So the first thing in that is 4½ tablespoons of chicken bouillon. And then 1 tablespoon of dried minced onion, 1 teaspoon of dried parsley flakes, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of celery seed, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of dried dill weed. So we're just going to mix our spices up. And then just pour our spice mixture into the jar as our first layer. And next is 1 cup of freeze-dried mixed vegetables. It's called Just Veggies by Karen's Naturals, and these are so good. And I love to be able to add lots of vegetables to a dry soup mix, and these are really good. And if you guys have a hard time finding these as well, if you're like me and you have to do most of your shopping online because I don't have a lot available locally, I find these online through iherb.com, and they're very inexpensive, and I just love them. They make for a wonderful dry mix, and having those vegetables really adds a lot to this noodle soup. So we just level that layer out, and then we just fill the rest of the jar with pasta. And I'm using sort of a miniature lasagna shape of egg noodle. You can use egg noodles or regular pasta. As long as it's a small, short pasta, it's going to do okay and fit into the jar all right. I've got about 2½ cups here. That should be about what it takes to finish filling up the jar. But just finish filling up your jar however much it holds. It'll be about 2½ cups, give or take. And that is it. We just put on our lid and we're ready to decorate our jar and attach instructions. So like I said, to decorate that, we're going to keep it very holiday neutral and just decorate it for any time of the year. So I'm just going to use a green and white gingham fabric. I've got a dark green and sort of a soft mustardy yellow color of embroidery floss there that I'm going to use to tie on my tag, which I printed up again in Word on the computer and just put that on a green tag for a little border around it, if you guys can see that. And then instructions on the back. Also, I'll put it on the screen too if you want to do a smaller jar given in a pint jar. I'm going to tie a bow on that with some burlap ribbon. It looks like burlap, but it's really very soft. I like that ribbon. And that's just another one of these rolls that I got from Walmart. Very easy to find. So I'm just going to put my fabric on there. And then I'm going to put a rubber band around it to help hold it in place. Give me time to get everything adjusted the way I want it. Make sure everything is even. And I'm just going to cut some of my embroidery floss, about 30 inches long or so. And I use 2 strands of the yellow and 1 strand of the green. And just fold those in half. And stick your loops where that looped over in the center. Stick that through the back of your tag. And then pull your ends through that loop. And there's your tag. Then we come up about an inch or so and tie a knot, just like we always do, so that that'll dangle a little bit. And then we can loop that around the jar, crisscross them over and bring them back to the front. And just tie those in a knot. And then I'm going to take my burlap ribbon and tie a bow. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off a couple of feet, 24 to 30 inches. And I'm going to do like you saw me do on my gift in a jar tree ornament. Just fold this in half because the ribbon is so wide, just for the part that wraps around the jar. And then the part that becomes the bow can just go ahead and be the full width. And then I'm just going to cut the ends at an angle. And just that quick and easy, you've got a delicious soup mix to give as a gift. be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, give me a like over on my Facebook page, and join our Facebook group, Craftie Minds. Follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll put the links to all of those in the description below, so be sure and check those out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.